another chain. You know I got vices. South side with my queen, whip clean, spread my wings. But they ain't gon' like it. When Tide signed with the Vikings, the price on the bundle was spiking. Covered and strapped, I'm guided. There's not a weapon formed, a metal face meets corrupt. Tell me.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? Back at you with another video. On today, it is the Keeping It Raw podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Click on that bell so that you'll be notified. Also, when you click on the bell, hit the word all so that you'll receive every notification that comes from this channel. But without further ado, we're going to get into it. Definitely, we're going to go around the league. And today, we're going and making a stop in Detroit. And, man, we got a friendly wager going on in Detroit, so let's talk about it. All right, guys, love it, man. Love what the Detroit Lions are doing. Love the way Brad Holmes has built this team from nothing to something. Love the way Dan Campbell coaches these guys. Very intense. And I just love everything what Detroit is doing. Ultimately, with this football team, the greatest expectations for the Detroit Lions is to be able to ultimately be able to host up a Lombardi one day, man. The city of Detroit will erupt. If the Detroit Lions happen to win a Super Bowl this season coming up, the city of Detroit will erupt. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy for the Detroit Lions to just make it all the way back to the where they were at last year in the NFC Championship, but it can be done as long as these guys can stay healthy. Definitely, they got one of the most talented teams in the NFL, especially in running back Jahmyr Gibbs, who they drafted last season. What a phenomenal draft pick by Brad Holmes. But, man, I love the wager that's going on right now between him and St.Brown. So pretty much they got a wager going on, and that wager is if Jahmyr Gibbs is able to rush over 1,000 yards, and not only 1,000 yards, he also has to be able to get 1,000 yards receiving. Amon-Ra St. Brown pretty much let it be known, if this guy is able to get 1,000 season, then he's willing to give this guy anything that he wants. What a great teammate and what a great bet from St. Brown. Just pretty much putting it out there saying, hey, man, if you can go out there and accumulate or amass 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving, then, man, I'll buy you anything that you want. And we know that Amon-Ra is just coming off just getting a great deal from the Detroit Lions. He's going to be making close to $30 million annually every season. So, man, shout out to Amon-Ra. We know that, we already know how the taxes work a little bit in the NFL. You're not going to see all of it. You're going to get half of it, but you're not going to see all of it. But shout out to him, man, because he was a 4th-round pick, and he earned it, man. And when guys earn their way and they keep in the NFL, especially when they get drafted in the later rounds, they're going to let you know about it, especially the teams that passed on them. So, man, what a great draft pick for the Detroit Lions and grabbing Amon-Ra St. Brown a couple seasons ago for Brad Holmes. Definitely he has panned it out, and he's one of the best and most talented wide receivers in the NFL. But I love this friendly wager, man, between him and Jahmyr Gibbs, because when you really think about this wager right here, it's basically a wager to get him better, to get Jahmyr Gibbs better even this season. Now, I know something that Detroit said in the offseason is that they want to get Jahmyr Gibbs more touches as far as catching the football. And definitely, I think they're going to be able to do that. Now, the biggest thing with Detroit is that Jahmyr Gibbs right now is not penciled in as the starting running back. It would be David Montgomery. So they're going to have to find out, or maybe they may allow Jahmyr Gibbs to start the season and Montgomery to be the guy that comes in. I don't know, but any way you do it, man, Detroit has a great backfield with David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, and it's going to be tough. That's not going to be easy to do. Being able to get 1,000 yards receiving and 1,000 yards rushing is not easy. And I know the last person that was able to do that is San Francisco's very own Christian McCaffrey. He was the last running back to be able to rush for 1,000 and also receive 1,000 out of the backfield. That is not an easy thing to accomplish. So definitely the goal and the bar has really been set high by Amon-Ra St. Brown, really praising his rookie running back who's going to be in his sophomore season coming up, and just saying, man, hey, man, you're good. I see everything that you're doing on the field, but let's raise your level of play even to the next level. And I think that that's what Amon-Ra St. Brown is really doing here. He's challenging his teammate to even get better in 2024. Now, a lot of people are saying that Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be one of the top running backs. And I definitely agree. He is going to be one of the best running backs in the National Football League this season coming up. He's definitely going to need more touches than what he had. I think last year, Detroit could have did him a favor by giving him more carries in that last game that they played in, but they didn't. And he would have been able to, I think he only needed like 40, maybe 40 to 60 something yards, something like that, or maybe even 80 yards, something like that. It wasn't a lot, but they should have gave him enough totes that he would have been able to get over 1,000 yards last season. But definitely, I think that he'll be able to rush over 1,000 yards as long as he can stay healthy and stay on the field. I think that Jahmyr Gibbs, this is a great wager for him. And he's already said that I'm going to break his bank. I'm pretty much going to take his money. And that's going to be tough, man. This is not nothing easy to do, to go out there and get 1,000 out of the backfield. So that means that Jared Goff is going to have to get him the ball. In a lot of key situations, Jared Goff is going to have to give him the ball. So, Jared Goff got one of the most hardest tasks of any quarterback in the NFL, and that's to be able to get targets to all of his receivers. Laporta, you got to get the ball to. J-Mo, you got to get the ball to. And you also got to get the ball to St.Brown, and then being able to work in the other guys, Khalif Raymond and the other guys, Donovan Peoples-Jones. And then you're talking about being able to get the ball into the hands of one of the best young running backs and young talents in the league in Jahmyr Gibbs. That's going to be tough in and of itself. But definitely Jared Goff is one of those guys that can get it done. Jared Goff has done everything in the National Football League besides win a league MVP and win the Super Bowl. I think that's the only thing that Goff really needs to accomplish. And if he's able to do that and take these guys to the Super Bowl, definitely, man, the city of Detroit is going to always love Jared Goff if he's able to win a Super Bowl in Detroit. But the biggest thing is, I love this friendly wager. Let me know as a fan. Leave it in the comment section on how you think Jahmyr Gibbs is going to do stat-wise. Do you think that he's going to be able to accumulate 1,000 yards receiving and 1,000 yards rushing? That is not an easy task. That means that the ball is going to have to be in your hands a lot. And that's one thing, any offense that Christian McCaffrey has been under, he has been able to get the ball a lot. And that's something that's going to happen with Detroit. They're going to have to give Jahmyr Gibbs way more touches than what they gave him last season, playing alongside David Montgomery, in order for him to do that. So I don't know if he's going to do it, but we're going to see. It's going to be fun because the bar has been set. And shout out to Amon-Ra St. and the Detroit Lions for definitely setting the bar high for their sophomore running back. I'm out of here until next time. Peace.
Another chain, I got vices. South side with my queen, whip clean, spread my wings. But they ain't gon' like it. When Tide signed with the Vikings, the price on the bundle was spiking. Covered and strapped, I'm guided. That's not a weapon formed, a metal face meets corrupt. Tell me how does God mourn? Still can't tell the difference from a rose and a thorn. Cop the whole chicken, move the digits down that horn. It ain't feel like this before. Go ahead, let them pillage. Bite the hand that fed them, now it look like